What I'm going to do for you now is I'm going to go over pH, right? I'm going to define it for you, and I'm going to define it in terms of the body, what we worry about when we talk about the human body. Say yes. If you had chemistry, you learn pH a little bit differently, not much differently, but this is what I want to concentrate on. All right? Are you ready? So here we go. My definition of pH, and the one that you need to wrap your head around, is pH is the measurement of free floating hydrogen ions. Right? What's this? A hydrogen ion. You got me? Now watch. Any substance that gets dissolved in bodily fluids, and what's your bodily fluid mostly made out of? Good. You don't pee dust, do you? Right? So any substance that gets dissolved in bodily fluids and produces free-floating hydrogen ions is an acid. Tell me you got that. And write this down. The only thing that can affect pH right now is if the hydrogen ion is free floating. If it's floating around by itself, it can affect the pH. Say yeah. Okay, watch. What's this?
Hydrochloric acid.
It's hydrogen chloride. Watch. If hydrogen chloride gets dissolved in body fluids, how is hydrogen chloride held together? You watch the chemistry video. Ionic. Are ionic bonds strong or weak? They're weak. And when ionically bonded compounds like hydrogen chloride are dissolved in water, the water molecules break those ionic bonds and they form an atom with a positive charge and an atom with a negative charge. Say yes. And watch, any substance that gets dissolved in bodily fluids and forms free-floating hydrogen ions is a what? It's an acid. So this is hydrochloric acid. How many people got that? Guys? Watch. And I'm going to give you a hint because I like you guys as far as you know. If it has the word acid in its name, it's an acid. Should I take that a little slower? Tell me you got that. Who's with me? Okay. So, what's the only thing that affects pH? Free-floating hydrogen ions. Tell me you got that. Okay. Think. You know the definition of an acid. Guys? What's this? What's that? How is sodium chloride held together? No-valently. Don't write no-valently. I was just saying no to his covalent. You got me? Sodium and chloride, organic or inorganic? Thank you. Watch. If you watch the videos, a compound that contains carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen chemically bonded together. You guys didn't watch those videos, did you?
I got notes on it. I did.
Do you? Timmy's just going. It's organic. Does this compound right here have carbon, oxygen, or hydrogen chemically bonded together? So any compounds that don't contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen chemically bonded together are inorganic. And inorganic compounds are held together ionically. Say yes. You know this. Guys, you know this. Are ionic bonds strong or weak?
Weak.
Weak. Okay, here we go. How many of you have ever, at least one time in your life, gone out and got all liquored up? I know you two have. Eris, what about you? Did that ever happen to you? No? It's never happened to me either, so that's why I'm asking. It happened to me almost one time on my way to church. Watch. Anyways, you go all get liquored up, right? And then you get hungry. And then you go to the drive-thru at Burger King or McDonald's, and you get 2 Big Macs, 2 large fries, and a Diet Coke. Right? When you eat the salt, and it gets dissolved into your blood and brought into your bloodstream and floating around, do you have salt crystals floating around in your blood?
Not actual salt crystals.
Yes or no? Of course not. Would it make sense to have jagged salt crystals floating around in your blood? Ow, ooh, it's cutting me. Salt is inorganic. It's held together ionically. When it gets dissolved in bodily fluids, you better write this down. You better know this. It breaks down to an atom with a positive charge and an atom with a negative charge. Say yes. We know this. Does sodium chloride, is it an acid or a base? Let me take that back. Is it an acid?
Sodium chloride, is that what you asked?
Yeah.
Is it a base?
No, is it an acid? Huh?
No.
Why?
Because it doesn't affect pH.
Why doesn't it affect pH? Right! It doesn't produce a free-floating hydrogen ion. So does sodium chloride affect your pH? For now. Does it? No, it doesn't. Tell me, what's the only thing that affects your pH? Free-floating hydrogen ions. Say yes.
Yes.
Guys? Who's with me? Okay, here we go. I can tell when people don't watch the videos. You know why? This is what they do. I'll ask a question and they'll go. Watch. I told you to watch those videos, right? Didn't I? Yeah or no? Did I? Okay. Then I'm good. I can keep moving. All right. Watch. Write this down. pH is measured on a scale of 0 to 14, 7 being neutral. As the amount of hydrogen ions, free-floating hydrogen ions in a solution goes up, the pH goes down. As the amount of hydrogen ions goes down, the pH goes up. Say yes. Okay? All right. I'm going to give you a quiz here. Which is more acidic, a pH of 5 or a pH of 8?
5.
A pH of 5 is more acidic. So as the pH number goes down, the acidity goes up because the amount of free-floating hydrogen ions goes up. Say yes. Okay. All right. How much more acidic is a pH of 5 compared to a pH of 7? In terms of hydrogen ions. Which has more hydrogen ions? Very good. There's more hydrogen ions in pH of 5, right? More. How many more?
Just 2.
2. That's a good guess, because like 7 minus 5 is 2.
Isn't for each number it's compounded by 10?
Yes, that's very good. So watch. If you go from a pH of 7 to a pH of 6, which is more acidic, a pH of 7 or a pH of 6? 6. So a pH of 6 has 10 times more hydrogen ions than a pH of 7. Say yes. A pH of 5 has how many times more hydrogen ions than a pH of 7? Times 10. What's 10 times 10? In any language? 100. So a pH of 5 has 100 times more hydrogen ions than a pH of 7. Say yes. Who's with me? In your book, they did this. Didn't they? That's what you read. And you thought, I have no idea what that means. Maybe I'll never see it again. I just explained that to you. Tell me you got that. The reason I bring that up, how many people have taken the TEAS test? Right? Questions like that were on there, weren't there? If you haven't taken it, that'll help you. And you also need to understand that as the amount of hydrogen ions in the blood goes up, the pH drops. Say yeah. Okay. I'll just do this. See if you can figure this one out. It's math. I forgot the Valium in my Jeep. Okay, on the quiz, I'm going to obviously change those numbers, right? Because then you just remember. But what's the difference between a pH of 5 and a pH of 10 in terms of the hydrogen ion concentration? So in that answer, what you're going to have to explain to me is which pH is more acidic, meaning which has more hydrogen ions, and how many more. Do the math. Do it.